Question is a tornado as an effect of physics truer than an earthquake if they're both just pure effects?
Yeah, they're just effects. What do you mean by truer?
Right, yeah, it doesn't make sense, right? An effect is just an effect, right? It's not true or false, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So if the premise one is that effects of physics can't be truer than other effects, and premise two is all propositions and evaluations are effects, how could we possibly have true or false evaluations or propositions?
Because we evaluate the effects based on an understanding of the cause.
If evaluations from your view is itself an effect, right? And your premise one is that effects of physics can't be truer than other effects. It makes no sense. But so you're agreeing that evaluations of our brain from our brain are actually effects. So that means when you come to an evaluation or make a truth claim about things, from your view, you have to say that it's an effect of previous physics, in motion.
Yeah, but see, what you're doing is you're saying it can't be truer, as if truer really means anything. Okay, I acknowledge and agree that the different effects, a tornado and an earthquake, are equal because they are both effects of whatever caused them, and they are neither more or less true than each other. Sure, but we can evaluate those effects, and so we can determine the likelihood of the cause to the.
When I say there's a tornado and an earthquake, and they're both effects of physics, therefore they're neither true or false. What I'm saying is that from your view, there really isn't a difference between a tornado and happening and an evaluation happening because they're both direct causes of physics. What's the delineation between a tornado caused by physics or your evaluation of something in the world caused by physics?
Again, what you're trying to represent, I understand the concept of it, but I believe that you are basically just making an argument out of it through a play of words rather than the reality of the situation.
What's the play of words?
When you're saying that it's neither more true nor false, and it cannot be true or false, or it's a play on an understanding of what is true and false.
You do agree with premise one that effects of physics are not true or false; they just are.
Effects of physics are, yes, they just are.
Okay, so effects of physics are neither true or false; they just are. Evaluations are effects of physics. How does it not follow that evaluations can't be true or false from that premise?
It's a different effect of physics.
Well, how is it different if it's strictly physics based?
Because an evaluation is how we determine if something is true or false, or how we determine if something is likely or unlikely. Or an evaluation is a mental process rather than a physical process.
You said it's a physical process, though. It's the brain doing things. So now we're not physical anymore?
The brain doing things is a physical process. The understanding of it is not.
So the understanding you said is an effect of the physical process, though.
Yes.
Okay, so you're still stuck because if the understanding itself, the very evaluation that's occurring, is an effect of previous physics, it's no different in your view than the tornado. Now you're saying, well, no, it's different because we're evaluating stuff. I'm saying no, the very evaluation, according to your own paradigm, is also an effect of physics. And if you agree that effects of physics purely cannot evaluate things, that they just are, they're not true or false, and you also agree that evaluations themselves are effects of physics, you can't get out of the conclusion unless you reject that evaluations are purely caused by physicality.
So evaluations would be caused by physicality, as it's the
So they're not true.
Electrical signals
Got you.
in the brain.
So they're effects of physics. And if you agree that effects of physics can't be true or false, then you're basically denying the possibility of knowledge, because that would require something be accessibly true or false. And if the descriptions themselves of reality and evaluations of reality are just effects of physics, then they are no different than the tornado, which we both agree cannot be true or false.
Okay, so what does that have to do with anything?
The entirety of your position that rejects certain claims or accepts certain claims based on some epistemic system, I'm saying based on your starting point, which is physicalism, that all things are effects of causes, it eliminates the possibility of knowledge. So the moment you say, well, I think this is true and that's true and it's reasonable because I evaluated it, well, we just walked you through. If you believe evaluations are no different than a tornado is the effect of a cause and also the cause of something else, then evaluations are just physics. So you have no epistemic foundation for anything at this point.
Evaluations are a result of physics. Everything is a result of physics.
I'm saying all effects are just effects of physics and they can't be true or false. Or you agree to that premise. Are you changing the premise one now?